Welcome to the weekend edition of the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. Today's podcast features all the best segments from this week's slate of Undisputed. With in-depth interviews and discussions, we have a lot to talk about heading into next week. Skip, Shannon, let's get to it.
Welcome to Undisputed, live from Los Angeles. I'm Alex Curry, in for Jenny Taft today, here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Go ahead, warm up, Skip.
Interesting.
Go ahead, warm up, Skip.
So, it looks like maybe I have a chance today because Shannon's without his partner in crime. No Jenny, chance for Skip. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous.
For real, Skip?
Yeah.
Is that where we are right now, Skip?
That's where we
Oh,
are.
my goodness.
That was big.
How you doing, Alex?
I'm doing great.
Good to
How
see you
doing
again.
this morning?
Nice and red.
That's all.
I can't
fake.
believe you,
Fake
Skip.
and phony. How are you, Shannon? Good to
Oh,
see you.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I hope Jenny, please be
Hi, Jenny.
Jenny, please be in the bed sleep, Jenny. Jenny, don't watch this today. I can't believe you, Skip Bayless.
That was funny.
She's been asking for a fist bump for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Alex come out here, and in the first 30 seconds,
I feel pretty special.
We go way back.
I feel pretty special. Well, guys, actor and comedian Sinbad will be in studio later, but let's start with LeBron. His new show, The Shop, premiered on HBO last night. Guests included Odell Beckham Jr., Snoop, Draymond Green, and Jon Stewart. In one part of the show, LeBron talks about the double standard between himself and star athletes who are white. LeBron said, quote, "I believe if the greatest quarterback in the world, he's a white quarterback, if it's Tom Brady, if it's Aaron Rodgers, if it's Peyton Manning, and if we're doing the same bleep, the same exact bleep, refusing to take a picture with a fan, I'm talking to him on the phone. We're like, yo, that's my bleeping phone. Get that phone out of my face. I'm with my family. If we're out with our family and we say that bleep and somebody post it, and if Aaron Rodgers or one of those guys say that bleep and they post it, somebody's going to be like, hey, you guys should respect Aaron Rodgers. They're going to say to us, they're bleeping bleep heads." So, Shannon, how surprised were you by these comments from LeBron?
I'm not surprised at all, Skip. I saw from the very beginning, the opening of the show, that this was going to be real talk. And you know, when you go to the barbershop, you get real talk. I go to the barbershop sometimes, Skip, I forget. At the end of the day, now, you still Shannon Sharp now. You got to be careful. You can't be all the way authentic.
Yeah, that's true.
LeBron James, Skip, if you listen at his tone, you listen at the passion in which he was speaking, this is him. This is absolute. This is not an act. This was not for no cameras. He said it was going to be unvarnished. He said it was going to be real. Skip, this was real, and he was absolutely 1,000% on the money when he said that about himself being a top flight athlete and Aaron Rodgers. Skip, we've always said that black and white athletes are held to a different standard. That's true. Not just athletics. The old adage, you got to go twice as far to get half as far. So I'm not surprised that he said that, Skip, because here's the thing. You see, the way they look at it, when they come up to us, blacks should be grateful for anything that they get. Remember, because the President Trump, they're making millions of dollars. Jerry Jones, they're making millions of dollars. So what is there to complain about?
Right.
You see, having been an ex-professional athlete, what they would say to me, Skip, I pay your salary. Well, you might do, but you're not my boss. I won't cuss my boss out, but I'll curse your butt out. And I tell you what, you pay my mortgage too, but you better not stop by my house unannounced. You see how they do that, Skip? They think because I see you're an entertainer, I should be able to come up to you because I paid for the games, because I paid to go to the games, because I get the package and I watch you play. You should be able to give me whatever I want. That's not how it works, Skip.
Yeah.
But I can sign 1 million autographs. If I don't sign 1,000,001, I'm a jerk. I'm a butthole. See, Skip, it's never enough. It's only one. Why is that so bad? You mean to tell me you making millions of dollars and you can't sign one autograph? You're making millions of dollars, you can't take a picture? Skip, it was never going to be enough. What? True story, Skip. 2 weeks ago, I walked into this place to get something to eat. I saw the family, husband, wife, I think the mother-in-law, and 2 kids. I make eye contact with the gentleman. He's eating with his family. Finish it, Skip. He finishes his meal. I get my meal. He come, can I take a picture? I said, I noticed you waited until you finished your meal but you didn't afford me the same courtesy. Is there any reason why? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You might have. I said, when I'm done eating, if you're still here, I have no problem with it. You see what he did, Skip? Now, he wanted to spend time, quality time with his family. He didn't want to interrupt his meal, but he had no problem interrupting mine. And LeBron is saying, if I were to say no, I'm a jerk. But Aaron Rodgers says no. Guys, let him have time with his family. He's off work. You see? Well, I mean, hey, I'm not on the job. So if I can't kneel on the job, I can't sign autographs off the job. I'm just saying that's how I do it. But LeBron was real, Skip. And I know a lot of people like, I'm surprised, man, LeBron speaking like that, Skip, he's at a point in his life. He's comfortable. He's comfortable in who he is and where he is. There's no turning back now. If you don't like this version of LeBron, you're not going to like him because he's never going to be that guy that was. I don't ever think he was quiet, Skip, but I don't know if he was. I have never seen him become this outspoken. There's something that transpired. We'll get to that a little later that maybe helped shape him, help get him out of that shell, that bubble that he was in, because he's different than maybe any other great athlete in the last 30 years. You got to probably go back to Ali, but that was the height of the 60s. And the civil rights movement was in full swing. John Carlos and Tommy Smith raising the fist at the Olympics. But to have an athlete of LeBron James' ilk, to speak out on certain issues, and it's like, hey, bro, we judge differently. I'm great. Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Brady, they're great. But they treat a little different than I, if I say no to an autograph or a picture, than they would be. Skip, it was refreshing. And I'm glad he said it because he reminded. But to top it off, Bron, now, if you really want to make that thing a showstopper, get your boy Shay Sharp up in that barbershop.
So your campaign.
Our campaign show for show.
Okay.
I need me a sign. Where I should have brought me a prop that they had a sign.
By the way, you would be great on it. You would be, seriously, in all seriousness. So, I want it very clear what I'm about to say. I have zero problem with that LeBron I watched last night. In fact, I liked what I saw from LeBron last night. No criticism from me whatsoever. But I was shocked by the LeBron I saw last night to the point that I was a little numb when the show ended. And I walked into my wife, Ernestine, and I said, I just watched a LeBron I've never seen before, and I don't know how to process it. And I couldn't go to sleep because I kept thinking, who was that? Well, that was the real LeBron.
Absolutely.
Real, raw LeBron. Unplugged LeBron in the shop. But this shop is not behind closed doors barbershop. This one's going out for all the world to see.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This was authentic. And this was a shift in the LeBron that I have tried to study and follow these many years, dating back to that first ever game at Sacramento when he was still a teenager. This was a guy who basically was saying, F that. I'm here. He was making an announcement. And we
Literally
know.
and figuratively, you said F that.
He was saying, well, there's a lot of F's that. But the point was that this LeBron was saying, I've had enough. And I'm announcing, remember, he never does anything that is not calculated.
Correct.
So he and Maverick Carter, who's kind of a co-star of the show, he's almost like his wingman on the show. And they're the two sitting in the higher chairs and everybody else just visiting the barbershop, which is great. But it's LeBron's show. And I'm going to remind everybody, it's not live, it's taped. And I'm sure they talk for a couple hours in the shop, and then they cut it down to about
27 minutes.
27 minutes. So you have plenty of time to edit and choose how you want to present your message. And he wanted to present real, raw, this is the new LeBron, but it's really the old LeBron. I think this is the guy who was there all the time. And this guy, to his credit, wants to become an activist. And I believe, and this is my 2 cents from a distance, he could become the most powerful voice in the black community, if he's not already. Now that President Obama has ridden into the sunset, we don't hear that much from him anymore, and he's obviously not the president anymore. And by the way, I should preface all the rest of what I'm going to say. I think the emotions in the shop last night were obviously heightened by the man who's now occupying the Oval Office. That brought a new sense of urgency and a new level of extreme to everything that got said in the shop last night. But LeBron was announcing, I'm not going to back off. I'm going to take stand after stand. And as he said, and I'm going to just read just a little bit of his quote, he said, I was raised off Snoop, who was sitting there right across from him, and Pac and Jay and Biggie, and now I get an opportunity to be the inspiration around what all these kids are looking up to. And for me just to sit back and say, or not say, you know what, is wrong. I'm just paraphrasing the rest of it. He's saying, I have an opportunity here to do what the rappers have done. My stage is at least as big as Snoop's is. I think is it bigger?
Yeah, because he said, Skip, you mean to tell me if I can get 20,000 fans to come watch me play?
Yeah.
What can my voice do?
Okay. So, I'm going to remind everyone that what we all know is I believe that LeBron has mostly been beloved by the white community. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
In fact, the white media adores LeBron for the most part. And that guy that I watched for those 27 minutes last night, he came across to me, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but it came across to me as a guy who has never, like he doesn't much like or trust white America. That's how it came across to me from back to his high school days.
I think
that's how it hit me.
I think what it is, Skip, is that he says, I'm just not going to be grateful. For the longest time, you should be grateful. Skip, he's saying, and this is what I know, and I'm going to be all the way 100, Skip. There's still something to be said about a black man telling a white man no. You see, this is what the crux of this is. There's a racial component to this. Because LeBron James telling some white kid and his parent, no, I'm not going to take a picture. No, I'm not going to give you an autograph. Skip, hold on, wait a minute.
Yep.
That's not the norm in America. Because you remember LBJ said, if you can convince the lowest white that he's better than the best black.
That is correct. Yep.
So think about that.
Yep.
Even though LeBron James is the apex of the African American community, there are some that feels that, sign this. Excuse me, Mr. LeBron, Mr. LeBron, or however you would address him. Do you mind giving me an autograph? No, Skip, sign this. Skip, you're talking about an athlete now. You gonna sign this for me? Oh, I'm gonna sign it for you. You're not gonna ask me. I'm gonna sign it. Oh, you gonna take a picture? You gonna take a picture with me? So LeBron is saying, hold on. I get it. I'm an entertainer. And you do pay a lot of money for tickets to come watch me play, or you watch me on television, you buy my merchandise. But you don't own me. Okay. And I have the right to say no.
I respect the heck out of that. But to me, I think a lot of people, if I can speak for some white people, viewed LeBron, whenever he would speak out on social racial issues, as from a perspective of we're all in this together. Last night wasn't we're all in this together. This was about the black community. Right. This was about black kids. This is about being a spokesman for his people.
Right.
And it's possible to me now that I sit back and look at the perspective that LeBron kind of had to play the game all along to do the ads for Kia and Sprite, because that was mainstream middle America that you're speaking to.
Right.
And now he's worth reportedly $440 million. Well, and he's going to make, what, 35.7 from the Lakers next year, and then the
plus
next
another
year,
50,
year,
plus
right?
another 50 in endorsements.
Right. So he's good,
yes.
right?
Yes.
He's got 2 homes in Brentwood, and he can do whatever he wants to do. And he is choosing now to say, F all that. And there's risk to saying F that, because he might lose one of those sponsors. He might lose some of those white moms in middle America who are going to say, LeBron's talk like that on national television, because he was really profane, which is fine, because he might be speaking the language of the people that he wants to speak to, right? To like this, he wants to speak the way the rappers speak.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. I thought we elected, or a person was elected because he said the hell with political correctness.
He did.
I thought we wanted no more of that.
All right.
So now LeBron is not.
Point.
Now LeBron is not politically correct.
He's not politically correct in a very different way.
Right.
Okay. From a very different side of the spectrum.
Correct.
Okay. Good, because I think LeBron could do a lot of good in that direction, but it's a whole new world for him. And again, there is some risk, as you always talk about any protest.
Yes.
It has risk because you're going to have to sacrifice.
It's supposed to.
So maybe he won't be quite the popular spokesman that he used to be.
He said that.
Okay?
He said he lost a few.
He has lost some. He said, I've lost some popularity.
Right.
I don't know that he really has yet. I don't know. I don't sense that.
Right.
But obviously, then back to the original quotes that you read about Aaron Rodgers. Look, would LeBron get a pass more than most black athletes? He probably would, right? If somebody put a phone in his face and he said, "Get out of my face."
The thing is, Skip, he can never have a bad day off the court or on the court.
Yeah.
Because it gets built up more than if LeBron says no, I don't want. He can just says no. LeBron's a jerk because he wouldn't take a picture with me or he wouldn't sign an autograph. Yeah. He turns the ball over. So he can never not be LeBron James and have a bad day on or off the court, Skip.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? He only gets so many moments with his family, Skip, given what he does for a living. So, he doesn't go out much with his family. I'm sure when you have that kind of assets, you probably have, I'm almost certain, someone prepares the meals every night. But there's sometimes he wants to give the guy a break or her a break. Savannah doesn't want to cook. He's like, come on, Mom, we going out. We taking the kids out. And he just wants to sit there with Bronny and his other son, I forget the middle son's name, and Zuri. Just want to chill. Guys, it's nice. Drink some vino, and just chill. LeBron, can you, Skip, that is, I just wish people would understand you don't own that individual. Just because you pay for a movie a ticket. Skip, I can't go up to Denzel or somebody, hey, I buy all your movies. I saw everything you say. Take this picture with me. Sign this autograph. That man with his family, even if he's not. But as black, we are expected to be grateful for what we have. You making $16 million. You know where you came from. You didn't have that. So since you're here, the least you could do is to give me an autograph or take a picture with you. And LeBron's like, nah, bruh, time out for that.
So could you see politics in LeBron's future? Is that just too much, is it too hard to be a politician?
Not now.
He's capable. Not now. I'm not talking about now.
No. I'm saying it's not hard to be a politician.
Oh, not
No.
Okay.
It used to be hard because there used to be a decorum that you had to follow. You couldn't, war heroes and women, you couldn't take shots at them directly or indirectly.
Yep.
But now, anything goes.
Yep. So, in the big picture, I was proud of him for this because this was gutsy.
It was.
And it was calculated. And in the end, I think it's going to have a resounding impact in ways that, remember, this show's been on uninterrupted that you could call up for what, a couple of years now? So, but this was the first one that was on HBO.
Right.
So it's going to catch fire.
Yes.
And he's going to catch a little heck over it because the language was shocking to me because it was relentlessly really bad. and we don't hear LeBron do that much. Here and there we do. But he's saying, I don't care anymore. This is who I am.
Right.
And I think he's saying, this is really who I always was.
Right. And that's the thing, though, Skip, is that when you're in the barbershop, you're authentic. You just hope kids aren't around because you know there's profanity. And I'm always cautious that I look like, oh, okay, man, because I was just about to get them on my roll, and then when kids come in. But, Skip, why has there always been this narrative that if a black athlete or a black person doesn't do something and he happens to be well off, that he's ungrateful? That's been a narrative and a common theme for such a long time.
Okay.
Because we've heard, shut up and dribble. We've heard you're making millions and billions of dollars. That's not, what is there to complain about? What do you mean?
Okay. So he's saying, I don't need to I don't care about making any more money.
Nope.
I'm going to risk all that. I'm going to risk my popularity. I'm going to risk my Q factor, my Q rating. And I'm going to be this guy now.
Right.
And he's still got, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 good years left in him.
Yes.
So he's got a lot of basketball left. But I think more and more, the more I thought he was just going to become Hollywood LeBron, I think he wants to become activist LeBron.
Am I surprised? The passion in which he spoke, the intensity in his voice, you can tell this has been on his heart, this has been on his mind for a long period of time, Skip. And now what he's been saying probably behind closed doors to a Maverick, to Rich Paul, to Mims, to some of his closest friends, to Savannah.
Yep.
Now we got an opportunity to hear it. Not just them. He shared it for the entire world to let him know that this is me. This is what I've been thinking.
Yep.
This is what I've been feeling. I can't suppress it anymore. It has to come out. Like it or not, take it or leave it.
Yep.
This
Take it or leave it.
You say you like real. You say you like a man that speaks his heart. That's what the common theme in
Yeah, I know.
2016.
I know.
We like a man that speaks his heart.
That's true.
He speaks what's on his mind.
This
Skip.
is like the flip side of the guy in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. We like political correctness until it's unpolitical correctness.
And what did he say his flashpoint was, his turning point? Really, it was Trayvon Martin? Yeah, because he said, I got kids, man. And his sons were considerably younger.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was in Trayvon happened in February of 2012. So you're talking about it's 2016, and he's like 14 years old, so he's like 8 years old. But he knew at some point in time he was going to have a 12, 13-year-old son. He said, and what that would do to me,
The
my son
prospect of them leaving the house and not coming home? Oof.
Man, can you imagine that? A parent,
Yeah.
you send him to the store, hey, get Skittles, get some of this,
Yeah.
and so that was his moment. You know, Tommy Smith and John Carlos, their moment is being ushered out of Mexico.
Yep.
That did something. Muhammad Ali being stripped, that did something to it.
It did.
Because would Muhammad Ali have, if they had let him fight, he's like, I'm not going. They said, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Would he have took up the fight that he took up?
Yeah.
So something has to, something resonates with a person to make them go on this charted path.
So bottom line, I've always said this about LeBron, or often said this about in the basketball context. Sometimes I felt like he was too nice a guy as a basketball player. Like he's up against that Michael Jordan guy who was just a cold. I know Michael off the court.
Right.
Not a particularly nice guy, cold-blooded killer.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden last night, I saw LeBron.
You see a different side?
He was not a real nice guy. Okay, way to go.
Yeah, he had that left hand. He had that left hand going.
He did.
Left hand. Get him, bro. That's what I'm talking. But hey, if you want that thing to go on and take off, holler at your boy. Cause hey, that barbershop is what I'm great at.
It was powerful. It caught everyone's attention
Yes.
because the things they were talking about, you can't really understand unless you've been there. And he gave the world a glimpse into his world. And I think that's what made it so powerful. So it's going to be
It's like the new old LeBron, right?
Yeah.
It's just really that's real LeBron.
LeBron had that guy got fresh cut.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
No mercy.
Actor and comedian Sinbad joins the show today. Let's listen to a clip from his new show, Rel.
Bro, you know I said I got you? I don't got you. I told Dad yesterday. Your wife and your barber?
Look, Dad.
Oh, don't look dead at me. All that money I spent on you for glasses as a child, you didn't see this coming? You might as well be blind, Rail.
Hey, shh. Keep it down, Dad. I don't want everybody in my business like that.
Shh. Oh. You think I want people to know? You think I want to tell people that I raised a son with no It's a dark day, Rail. You should be feeling all kind of stuff. Pain that your family is gone and your life is ruined. Anger at your barber and your shortcoming as a man. Oh, go on, this ain't about you. Most of all, shame. Deep, dark, horrible shame, man. It's worse than the day I found out that Nat was a crack dealer.
It was ecstasy.
Same thing. Look, hey, I'm sorry, Nat. I'm sorry. It was cold. I'm sorry. All right? Ecstasy is different.
And that was a clip from the new show, Rel, which premieres September 9th on Fox. Sinbad, welcome to Undisputed. And tell us a bit about the show.
No, show was Rail, man, who's just blowing up right now. And I play his dad, his light-skinned dad. So, it's his brother who's based on a lot of his real life. His brother who did get locked up for dealing ecstasy, and Rail's life. Rail's divorced now. What he's going through in this show, his wife slept with his barber, so it's a little bit different. So it's out there, and I play his dad, who's kind of like, he's not that like dad. Hey man, you'll be all right. He's like hard, he's just 70s dad. Yeah. Get back up, man, and do your thing. So it's gonna be kind of fun.
It looks funny.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you do have a certain.
It's LeBron, man. Let's just deal with it. It's LeBron,
Let's
baby.
just deal with it.
It's all about LeBron.
So before we get to the on the court stuff, you did watch last night's The Shop.
I was. It was one of the shows when it got done. I said, wow.
Wow.
I said, wow. About time. About time. It wasn't just a show, joking, sitting in a barbershop. They dealt with funny stuff. They dealt with social issues. They dealt with real stuff. They dealt with being an athlete. They dealt with, and then Jon Stewart was just moving it and shaping it. It was just, it was fun to watch. I know a lot of people, you know, because the guys are cussing, like, oh man, what is it? There are gonna be some people in America who, a lot of them probably voted for Trump, but there's gonna be a lot of people in America who are gonna be thrown by this. An honest conversation. That's what you heard, was an honest conversation.
Right.
Guys talking for real. And we really don't like real talk.
How did you think LeBron came off? Because obviously he's the centerpiece of the show.
He's the centerpiece, but you know what he did? He let it.
He did.
He let other people play in his playground, but when he spoke well. He spoke. He didn't back up. He didn't apologize for who he was. It was just, I almost became a fan, because you know I can't go with Draymond because he would Golden State. I became a fan of Draymond. Stuff he was saying about LeBron. I was like, whoa. And a lot of people would be mad because Draymond was on the show with LeBron, but that was even deeper. Some friendship athletes do have, that you compete, you're gladiators, but we can come together on certain things. And that was, I was like, man, this kind of messed me up.
Is LeBron the voice? He seems to be one of the major voices, one of the major players of the black community now. For so long, we've waited for an athlete of his kind of cachet to speak up for issues that people cannot be seen or heard, can be seen and heard.
You know, remember Bill Russell and all those guys? Remember that picture of Ali, Bill Russell? They were all, Jim Brown, the Summit. The Summit was
in Cleveland.
They all knew. You know what? It's like I can lose a door. So it wasn't about that. It was like this. I'm speaking up. I'm a man.
Right.
It wasn't even about what I lose. Like LeBron said, I'm not worried about I lose. I'm a man.
Right.
And I'm looking at, there's a book called The $40 Million Slave, where they talk about, slavery's out. Yeah, they're paying you $40 million, but sometimes we're still slaves. We saw what the owners were saying about taking the knee and all this. That taking the knee thing revealed America. It revealed America. And it had nothing to do with reality. Because he was sitting on the bench at first. They asked him to take a knee. If they just left him alone and just let him sit where Colin was sitting. So when LeBron speaks, he speaks not just like, I'm just going to get on your case. He says something, walks away. You know, I'm saying this, and I'm going to go about.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, I got this shirt, man. You know, hands up. I'm saying what I got to say. Now let's go play ball. But I'm not going to just shut up and dribble. That was the dumbest thing. But that's the things we've heard all our lives. Right. Shut up and dribble. Just be good. Aren't you happy that you're making money? Aren't you happy? Like they allowed me to do something. You didn't allow. I took this.
Right.
You didn't give me anything.
Kind of like Aretha Franklin's
yes.
respect. For the longest time, people thought, oh, she was talking about you need to respect. No, she's like, respect me as a black woman, as a black man in America.
Thank you.
I need my respect.
Thank you. Had to spell it for people.
Just in case they forgot.
Put some respect on my name.
So let's go on the court. Obviously, you live here in the LA area, and now LeBron James is a Laker. How is that going to
freak me
out?
Yeah. Freaked me out. I wasn't ready for it. Even though I'm glad he's here, because I said, it freaked me out. I said, man, can I put that purple and gold on? I haven't put it on since Magic. Because Magic from home, like Michigan. Yeah. So Magic was the last, you know.
So you gonna put it, hold on, you ain't put it on for Kobe?
Nah.
What?
Nah.
What, Skip? Did you hear what he said?
See what he's wearing? It says witness.
So he said, Magic retired at the end of the 91 season.
Yeah.
And he came back for a little while. So that's been almost 30 years since the man had a purple and gold. He's talking about putting the purple and gold on.
I think we're the black one. I don't know if I can still put the purple gold. I'm gonna get the black uniform.
Oh, you get a new one.
I'm gonna get the black. I'm gonna wear the black uniform. I was gonna get a black shirt that says, I go where LeBron goes.
Yeah.
I was gonna have his number. So when I go to the games, like, man, how you Laker fan? LeBron, yeah, the fellas.
Yeah, no.
But I'm cool. I'm cool with it because I like the young Lakers. I like these cats, how they responded to LeBron. I love Kuzma, man. I already got that 9-inch vertical increase, and he changes lives. To understand him, you got to watch that video more than a game. That explains he's more than a game. And it wasn't. He didn't even ask for it. I think God preordained some things. That kid is who he is. And the coach who took them all in when he was 11, 12 years old, the college kid who was doing his thesis, filming him, said, it's not an accident. There was a reason. Ali's not an accident. Some people come along, your calling is bigger than others. You didn't pick it, it picked you.
So, what do you expect from LeBron and the Lakers this coming season?
You know what's funny? LeBron is the only guy that could go to any team in the NBA, you got hope. See, when they talk about MVP, wait a minute, what's an MVP? The Grizzlies get LeBron, they're like, we're going to the NBA championship. And know they say we need 2 more pieces. Whenever you get LeBron, we need 2 more pieces. We get 2 more pieces. We're 2 pieces away because he's taken pieces of puzzle with puzzle miss and said, people said there's no way they're going to go. They weren't supposed to go. Man, last year, man, we were all sitting here. What's my man with dreads on the other network? He said, I'm sticking with LeBron. We got hope. I said, you're right. There's hope when there's no hope. When he went back to Cleveland, I said, oh, we're done. When he left Miami, went back to Cleveland, so I'm with you, man, but it's going to be 4 or 5 years. Then when he got there, I said, oh, he's going to do it this year. He was like this, oh, I don't know. I said, no. He's saying that, but I'm watching. He's going to do it. That year should be, one day they'll write about it. It'll be a documentary about that year. That was the greatest show of an athlete ever.
So is there going to be a doc made on this Lakers season?
I think it will. I think it will because, remember, nobody's saying championships. Nobody talking about championships, but we're feeling it. Ain't nobody saying it. But he's here.
I think you're about to say it.
He's here. I'm like this. Yeah. I don't want to jinx it like I didn't jinx it Cleveland. I want to watch it. I won't be a fan just, we're going to win. I want to watch it because I know there going to be some other pieces. Right around All-Star break, something always happens around LeBron. Some dude shows up.
You know, my grandma used to cook stuff, and she didn't keep every time she go lift the lid up, see if it's done. She set that thing on the she set that temp just right and set it on the stove and just leave, let that thing marinate. We ain't gonna keep talking about it, Skip. I'm not gonna keep telling you what LeBron gonna do. He on the stove, I'm gonna let it marinate. But I guarantee you, when that thing is done,
what is that? You go, what kind of gumbo? What kind of gumbo? That's what he is. LeBron is gumbo. I don't know what all them pieces are. Like when JR came from New York, he said, "I'll take him." Yeah. Remember, they thought that was punishment.
About to make me sick.
Yeah, I know you're sick, but I don't think you believe it. I think you go home. I think you got a LeBron shrine. I don't think you told nobody, but I think you got home. You got a little LeBron down, and you bow down. But you don't have to talk about it here. You don't have to talk about it.
He does.
I know he has one home. He's got a LeBron bobblehead when he goes home. Even, hey man, you home, Skip?
I pat him on the head. Yeah.
I mean, Skip, you already know. I'm glad I finally got somebody to echo what I've been trying to get you to say for the longest time, Skip. That LeBron he's that meal.
He knows, Shannon.
He's that meal, Skip. You don't know what it is.
Skip
but
knows.
you just know it's good when you eat. You're like, ooh, this was good.
Skip knows.
I just know that the Lakers are not going to get to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, they said about Cleveland too. So okay. Yeah.
Wait, are you predicting then?
I'm predicting. If LeBron plays for the school of the crazy kids with one can't see, one can't hear, and one can't play. They got hope to go to championship.
I will give you that. They got hope.
See, I got my Michael shorts like you. I got Michael. I got LeBron because you know why? My life is this. Bill Russell came in my life first, then Wilt Chamberlain, then a man that changed my life totally was Dr. J. Wow. I wish people could see him in the ABA. That man, we talk about the greatest. I don't know why he's not in that conversation. I don't know why no Magic's not in it. Then it came him. And then I'm watching this guy from Chicago. I said, damn, if he ever gets a team.
No, that was a player.
If he ever gets a team, he was a player. But when LeBron came, I said, it was so much hype. I didn't know if he could live up to it. That rookie year in Cleveland, he was tossing grown men. I said, what kind of beast is this? When Charles Barkley messed up and said, when he passed the rock in that Cleveland game, and Barkley said, he's not a killer, and he went back and scored about 55 more points, and Joe Dumars told me, I wish Barkley had never opened his mouth.
So are you here to tell us that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan?
We say better. When we mean better, when we say I go like this. I have Michael, I have LeBron. There's that rare air. There's Michael, there's LeBron. I got to put Magic in there. I put Dr. J in that air because they changed the game. When you change the game, Magic was a prototype guard. Dr. J probably affected all of them. You know, but LeBron, I ain't never seen nothing like this.
So I think you just said Michael is better than
LeBron.
No,
I didn't.
And I think you also said the Lakers are going to get to the finals this year.
I'll tell you
I heard that.
If people love Michael, you should. If you believe Michael, because there's two of them. There's two rare cats. It's like, okay, you talk about Spider-Man and Superman. You like both of them. Yeah. You know, you can talk about Batman,
I'll take
everybody.
Superman.
But you know what? We got kryptonite.
Yep.
Bam. So.
But Michael's Superman and LeBron
was
Spider-Man.
Michael was Superman when he got the right team around him. Right. LeBron was Superman.
Michael had supernatural powers.
So LeBron has, not had. Has. And he does it longer. And we don't know when he's going to be done.
So you're predicting Lakers get to the finals? No?
Yeah, I'm going to say that.
Yeah. Okay, good. We got it.
They got just good chance. Anybody else playing this year? You better believe Golden State grabbed Cousins for a reason. They did this. They panicked. They said, what? They all act like they was cool, but they were like, he almost got us last year.
Now, there's no doubt LeBron is going to bring magic here to LA. Thank you so much for joining us.
But he's hurt.
Be sure to check out Rel starting September 9th on Fox once again. Sinbad, thank you for joining us. No mercy. Skip, I got some bad news for you. Uh-oh. The Cowboys have the worst group of wide receivers and tight ends in the NFL, according to USA Today. They ranked every team in the league and said the Cowboys combo of Allen Hurns, Cole Beasley and Terrence Williams have experience, but they won't prevent defenses from loading up the box to stop Ezekiel Elliott. So, Shannon, are the Cowboys the worst?
Yeah.
Mr. Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it is close.
Not even close?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think there's 5 college teams that have a better receiving combo than the Cowboys.
Are you saying that you, right here, right now, would be the best tight end on that roster?
Right, I'm saying it right now at 50 years old. If I got a PRP shot, I can go out there and make the team.
Maybe in your brain, if you.
No, I can do it, Skip. I can probably do it. I can do it. Skip, look, I agreed with the decision to let Dez go. But in the process of letting Dez go, I thought you were going to get an adequate replacement for Dez. Skip, right now, Dez is still better than anybody on their squad at the receiver position. He's not what he once was. We both agree on that. I've been saying it for the longest of times. He's better than everybody that's on this current roster. And you look at their tight ends. Jeff Swain has 9 catches in 28 games. Blake Jarwin was on the practice squad, so he has 0 catches. Rico Gathers was on IR. So you got, between your 3 tight ends, you got 9 catches.
Last year he was. Yeah.
So between your 3 tight ends going into the season, if you keep Rico, they might look at the waiver wire and look to bring somebody in that has a little bit more experience. Skip, this is terrible. Oh, Tavon Austin. I forgot about Tavon Austin. Fast, run 4.3, 4.33, something like that, but has never fulfilled the potential. Find a way to get him. It's hard for me to imagine that Sean McVay, as creative and as imaginative as his offensive mind is, couldn't find a way to get the ball in his hands and get Tavon to put the ball in the end zone. But Scott Linehan, that leave people line up in one position and call the same plays, basically, all day long, is going to find a way to get him the ball. This is why I believe if the Cowboys are going to have any success, Ezekiel Elliott will probably win the MVP because he's going to have 1,800+ yards running the football. But, Skip, there's no question. If you look at this roster, you look at these receivers, Allen Hurns and Terrence Williams and Cole Beasley, Swain, these tight ends, Rico Gathers, Blake Jarwin, Skip, this is not even close. This is laughable. How pathetic this receiving core is.
So, America, Shannon Sharpe just gave you a big pile of wishful thinking because he's hoping against hope that he's right about this, that's the worst he's ever seen.
Have you seen worse?
On paper, at a glance, it looks like the worst.
Yes.
Which is the best case for me because they will be inspired to shock the world this year. And I believe they're going to shock you, if nobody else, because I love it that they are ranked dead last because in overall impact, I'm going to say it again, this whole offense will be way better than it was last year without Dez Bryant. Last year, even you agreed, Dez Bryant became this broken down shell of himself. He lost confidence. He lost the ability to separate from a single defender, single coverage, and he still demanded the ball from a young Dak Prescott who kept forcing him pass after pass as he led the league in drops. It was debilitating for the whole offense. So now the cloud lifts, and all of a sudden Dak Prescott can do what he does best. He can spread the football in Brady-esque fashion. I'm not saying he's Tom Brady, but he plays that Brady-esque style, spreading the ball to a cast of thousands. Whoever's getting open, whoever has the hot hands, he's going to get them the football on any given Sunday. So I think all of a sudden, I'm going to start from the start. Ezekiel Elliott's going to have a monster year. I've already predicted he's going to have a record-breaking year, in my opinion. And next, Cole Beasley, I think, will turn right back into a guy who just 2 years ago, I think he was the best slot receiver in football. A lot of people thought that. He caught 75 balls 2 years ago, and it dropped to 36 last year, in large part because of good old number 88, who's no longer there, Dez Bryant. And Terrence Williams, he was just hurt all year. He had a bad foot. He got it taken care of. He's healthy now. He will be a factor. Tavon Austin was simply the rage of training camp for the Dallas Cowboys. And you can laugh all you want, but I think they will find ways to split him out wide and get him the ball in real space, not in space just out of the backfield. So he's going to be a secret weapon. Michael Gallup. At times, he flashed, just using the eye test preseason games, he looked like a draft steal to me because he's a big, long receiver with a huge catch radius who can just snatch it, and he can get behind people. So all of a sudden, I'm seeing, okay, he's going to contribute. And Allen Hurns is a big veteran receiver who knows how to run routes and get open.
Who had that one good season, got paid, and has not done anything since.
Deontay Thompson's had an Achilles problem, so we haven't seen him yet.
Injury history.
Secret weapon because he can fly.
He's only a secret because you haven't seen him. That doesn't mean he's any good.
Then the ultimate secret weapon is 6'6", 285-pound Rico Gathers, who simply led the team in receiving in the preseason. How do you figure that?
So what did Jerry say about Rico?
Jerry?
Yeah, what did he say?
He can't block. He can't run routes. He's a basketball player trying to be a football player, not very successful so far.
But Jerry is saying that, but you over there with pom-poms on talking about, oh, Rico.
There's this thing called the red zone, and there's this thing called the end zone. And every time I see Rico go up, I think of what's going to happen in the end zone because people are going to have a hard time keeping him from going up in the sky and snatching it and coming down with both feet in the end zone.
Well, how are we going to get him in the red zone if he don't know who to block? What happens when you're going to run the ball?
Secret weapon.
Oh, he a secret weapon too, huh? So you got two secret weapons.
Yeah, and the ultimate XXX secret weapon is who's going to catch twice as many balls as he caught last year? How about Ezekiel Elliott coming out of the back?
I hope he catches more than he caught last year.
He doesn't have good hands. He has really good hands.
Not like Todd Gurley and Le'Veon. Not like David Johnson.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
You have
I got
no
a little idea.
So, again, Jeff Swain, Blake Jarwin, they can block. They can do all the dirty work.
Tight ends need to be able to catch.
The one sitting across from me couldn't block.
I could block. Oh, I could definitely block. Oh, yeah. Didn't Sting come out here and tell you that Sharpie was a better blocker than he got credit for?
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I just remember that he accidentally hit you in the eye because you were out of position.
No, he was out of position. All I know is ask those, I'm trying to think, Skip, in 14 years, I think I had like 1,000-yard rushing, like 10 or 11 of those, a 2,000, a couple of 1,500s, 1,700s.
And in those years, your line was considered the best in football.
Yeah, we were.
And your offensive line coach was.
I was considered a part of the offensive line, Skip.
Yeah. But they wouldn't talk to the media, so you were not part of the line because that's all you did was talk to the media.
But I was a spokesman.
Yeah.
What y'all want me to say?
Yeah.
Y'all don't want me to say that? Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That's how we did it, Skip.
Yeah.
Skip, you know, look at these receivers. Come on. Michael Gallup, who's a rookie. Now, I get it. Sometimes rookies, they flash it. He ain't no Randy Moss as a rookie.
Nope. I'll give you that.
Terrence Williams.
Hey.
You know what he is, Skip. You've seen enough. Okay, he's healthy. He gonna go get you 1,000? He gonna go get you 75, 80 catches?
He could get you 800. He can make big catches.
Cole Beasley, I think Cole Beasley, if you want to be generous, he's not a better slot receiver than Jarvis. He's not a better slot receiver than Julian Edelman.
We'll see about that.
You think so?
Yeah, we'll see. He was 2 years ago. He was unguardable in the slot.
No, Skip.
So I'll be the first to be objective about this. Did I want them to go get Sammy Watkins? He was going to cost a lot of money.
Yes.
And as you say, pretty quickly you're going to pay the quarterback and the running back. Kansas City paid Sammy Watkins a lot of money. Will he be worth it? I don't know, maybe. Would I like to see him on my roster? Sure, I would. Mm-hmm. Then Dallas Goedert. He looks like he's going to be a star for the Philadelphia Eagles, who don't need a star at tight end.
Yeah, they do.
They've already got one. That Ertz guy's pretty good.
You can never have too many enough good players.
Okay, all right. So Dallas Goedert, I was convinced my Cowboys were going to take him. And I'm waiting, and boom, the Eagles trade up one pick ahead of the Cowboys and take Dallas Goedert. And in the preseason, every time I saw him, I said, that guy's going to be a star. Mm-hmm. Okay? So would he be a star? Would he be the next Jason Witten right now in Dallas? He would be the next Jason Witten.
I believe he'd be better than what they have.
Okay? And what did I tell you about DJ Moore? I said he's the best receiver in the draft, and now he belongs to the team they have to face in Carolina in Game 1.
And you could have had Cortland Sutton.
Okay? Could have had Cortland Sutton.
And he looked good in Denver.
Okay.
That blue and orange.
Instead, we got Leighton Vander Esch, who's been hurt the whole camp.
Who can't get on the field.
Can't get on the field, but I don't care because we don't need him on defense because we are stocked.
So in other words, you just wasted. So think about that.
Yeah.
You just wasted the first-round pick on Leighton Vander Esch.
I don't know if it's wasted, but it's not going to help this year.
So when is it going to
DJ Moore would be lighting it up right now. For this team.
Sean Lee leaving soon?
What are you talking about?
Leighton Vander Esch, why'd you take him?
I don't know. I told you the next day. I said, I don't get it.
Well, I get it. Y'all bad. Receiving core, worse.
That shows you how good our defense is. We don't need our first-round pick. That's what we are.
Oh, y'all don't need your first. Oh, y'all like that.
So, Shannon Sharp.
Yes.
How can you win championships? You can play defense, and you can have a quarterback who doesn't turn the ball over, and you can have a running back who is
Who said he doesn't turn the ball over?
Unstoppable.
He had 13 picks last year.
Yeah, well, that was when he had no help. He had nobody who could get open.
All right, he got people that can get open now?
Half those picks were Des Bryant's
Don't do
fault.
that. Don't do that
Yeah,
to Dez.
they were.
Skip, Dez in
They
the bed
were.
sleeping. He ain't bothering no one.
Okay, well, I know. I feel sorry for him now.
No,
But I'm
you
just
don't.
telling you the truth.
I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Dez is better than all these receivers that's currently on this roster.
Run the ball and play defense and throw
You
it.
have to throw it sometime.
Throw it to Rico in the red zone. And
Are you sure Rico is going to be on the roster?
I don't know.
Well, how
I have
we
no
gonna-
idea. I don't coach the team. I know who's if I'm coaching the team, he's on my roster. Or if I'm running the team, he's on mine.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah, and I'll beat you with Rico.
Well, we'll know a little bit. Last preseason game is tonight, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll know Friday, Saturday when it starts coming out. We'll see what the rosters look like.
Yep.
But there are going to be some cuts, some surprise cuts, Skip. That's going to cause some teams like, okay, he's better than what we have and move in a different direction. There might be that potential at tight end.
There might be.
You never know.
The big surprise is going to come week 1, 2, 3 when Shannon Sharp has to come in and say, I was wrong about the Cowboys.
I won't be wrong week 1.
Yeah.
Luke
Yeah.
Kuechly.
Sean Lee.
No, don't do this, Skip. Ooh, Kuechly gonna be hunting on Zeke. You want
He
better-
will. He
want-
will.
Hey, you want a better case he don't get 100?
Nope.
What? Come on, Skip.
I told you, I watched that defense against Tom Brady. He was having a hard time, and this is the best quarterback
Tom Brady
in
doesn't have an
football.
offensive line like the Cowboys. You told me the Cowboys are loaded.
Well-
That's what you just told me. They're loaded.
I didn't say the offensive line was loaded because Travis
said his team
Frederick
is loaded.
He's out for a
Next man
good
up.
while.
Wish him speedy recovery, but next man up. Oh, you told me you like Looney.
I like
You said I
Looney.
love Looney.
And
That's what you just told me.
And you told me I was loony.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
Yeah.
But you love him, so come on, give me a bet.
I might. We got a ways to go until then. We got another preseason game tonight. Who knows what Rico Gathers might do tonight?
What bearing is that going to have on the first preseason game
know.
with Zeke getting 100 yards?
I don't know. We'll see.
No mercy.
Rodgers made history yesterday, becoming the highest paid player in the NFL. He signed a 4-year extension for a reported $134 million that could go up to $180 million over the life of the contract. He also got over $100 million guaranteed, which is another record. Rodgers is a 2-time MVP and has a Super Bowl title in Green Bay. His counterpart, Tom Brady, is the reigning MVP and has won 5 Super Bowls for the Patriots. Now, we are joined by another Super Bowl champion, James Harrison. James, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
But who's more valuable, Rodgers or Brady?
I have to go with Brady.
I
know what you're going to say.
I got to hear this read. I got to get
You're going to say that Rodgers has the stronger arm. He could throw it from anywhere in the pocket. But when it comes down to it, Brady can make those same throws. It may not be as fast getting there, but it's going to get there.
Okay.
I've seen him throw a ball and throw a man open that it should have been something that might have been picked off because he just didn't do exactly what he needed to do then. Right. And again, the man has 5 Super Bowls. He got 8 Super Bowl appearances. If you want to say who's more valuable to the actual franchise, I would have to say it was Rodgers.
Okay,
Because
well,
they haven't won without him.
So,
The Patriots.
yeah.
But you asked me who is the most valuable, period, and I'm going with Tom.
That's it. Period. End of story.
No.
Is it over?
No, it's not over. Well, for me, it's Aaron Rodgers for the simple fact I saw them go to overtime without him with the Cleveland Browns, a 1-31 team. And we've seen Tom Brady's Patriots in a 4-game stretch go 3-1. We've seen them in a 15-game stretch go 10-5. It does
11-5.
Well, Tom got credit for that first one because he started the game, so he got credit theoretically. We know Matt Castle finished that thing off in grand fashion, so it should have been Matt Castle. But if you start the game, it's kind of like the pitcher. You start the game, do well, to come in, close it, you get the win, close it, get the save. Okay, I get all that, yada, yada, yada. But value, Skip, value.
Yes, value.
No, it's not even. This is not even close.
Really?
No, not even close, Skip. Not value. Because here's the thing: if you were to remove Tom Brady, we've already seen what would happen. We also saw what happened when they removed Aaron Rodgers. They look like a less than team.
They just got rid of the quarterback who replaced him.
Who?
Hundley. They just shipped him off to Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
Let you know he
So
was
what? How impressive is that?
Let that sink in.
Oh,
that
he's
guy
so valuable. We got rid of him.
That guy started all those games last year, and they said, you know what, bro? we're going to bring in DeShone Kaiser,
yeah.
who's there now, and we saw what he looked like for the Cleveland Browns. He went over, and he's now the backup to Aaron Rodgers. But the backup last year got shipped out. I don't need to say anything else
the
about
backup
this.
was terrible. He wasn't exactly Nick Foles. If they'd had Nick Foles, we'd be having a different conversation.
Aaron Rodgers has this team in the playoffs.
So you're saying Aaron Rodgers all the way, no matter, you're not saying just to the team, you're saying all the way. You don't care about what numbers compared to what they done did in a 16-game list.
I believe
head-to-head, you don't care about none of that.
Tom is more accomplished. The Super Bowls, he's a very accomplished. But like Skip says, if you look at touchdowns, the interception, completion percentage, yards per attempt, all this not even close. Plus, Tom Brady has the number 2 scoring defense in the last decade. Aaron Rodgers has the 18th. That's a big difference. Now, you know, scoring defense is a big thing to an offense because we know we got some latitude, we got some leeway. That you know what, we already know they ain't gonna give them so many. So if we get this, we good.
So you want to know why Tom Brady is so much more valuable than Aaron Rodgers?
Not because
he chooses to make so much less money than Aaron Rodgers. That's why he's so valuable to his franchise, because the money he leaves on the table, millions of dollars, they feed it into the defensive side so they can go get a Stephon Gilmore, who was the top corner on the market 2 years ago. And right now, Tom Brady, by his own choice, is scheduled to make a mere $15 million this year, and he's the reigning MVP, and he threw for a game you played in, a mere 505 yards. It's the all-time playoff game record in the Super Bowl. You should have won it.
No question.
Malcolm Butler should have played, but he didn't, and I don't know why. But that's
James didn't say no question to that one. Why don't you ask him why Malcolm Butler didn't play? He was there.
I'm going to, but I'm going to finish my point first. So Tom Brady says, I'm the reigning MVP. I'm playing. I can make a case last year was his greatest year yet at age 40. I don't care how old he is. He could be 22. He played like he was 22.
Still 2007 is best.
Okay. Skip. I don't know.
2007 Skip 5,050.
Okay, you got Randy Moss, so your degree of difficulty goes down, right?
No, but I mean,
now you're throwing. You see, he had a good receiver and threw for over 5,000. If he give it a good receiver,
look what can happen when you give him one good receiver. That's the only time he's had a good receiver.
Is Gronk not any good?
He's good.
He's good. He's a tight end though. You can't just throw.
But he's most valuable.
Okay. So Tom Brady chooses to take $15 million, and they throw on a little package on top of incentives for $1 million each in 5 categories. If you're top 5 in the league, you can get $5 million extra. If you max out
top
in all
5, that's nothing.
Okay,
they should have said number 1. If he's that guy, he should have said, I want to be number 1.
His base is $15 million. In the next 7 months, Aaron Rodgers will make $80 million. Think about that, $80 million. So Aaron Rodgers went full-on diva LeBron James and said, I want it all. I want to break your bank. You have to pay me by far the most money any quarterback in this league makes because I'm Aaron Rodgers.
Anybody has ever made.
Guess what happens? The salary cap is strapped by Aaron Rodgers because he's going to get such a huge portion. He's going to get, about half the cap? So all of a sudden, you're telling me the defense ain't any good. Well, wonder why. Because the quarterback's making all the money.
But look at this, Skip. In 2018, which is this year, Aaron Rodgers' cap number is $20.9 million. Tom Brady is 22. In 2019, Aaron Rodgers' cap number, 26.5. Tom Brady is 27.
That's
towards the end of Tom's contract. What's the end of Brady's? I mean, what's the end of
but see, that's what that big old thing. But see, when the big money starts to kick in, guess what? The salary cap will be going up $20, $30, $40 million. So now these numbers compared to...
He gets $67 million before January 1st.
Yeah. He
67
should have got 87.
Okay, well, he gets 80. So if we just did a vacuum right now, if some man from Mars dropped in and we said, hey, I know you don't know anything about football, but this guy's the reigning MVP and threw for 505 yards in the Super Bowl. But this guy who was hurt all of last year, he gets $80 million over the next 7 months. How much is this guy, the reigning MVP, worth? Well, the Martian would say, oh, he's worth $100 million.
The Martian would say, the guy that got hurt
am I right?
is worth the most money.
Huh?
Because I know his stats.
He doesn't know his stats. What are you talking about?
Listen, I have no problem with him getting paid what he got paid. I had no problem with him even getting more than that. at the end of the day, like, he has to do what's best for him. The cap and everything else, that's up to the team, the GM. You better start drafting right and drafting correct. It's no longer, you know, a letdown with your first, second, third rounders.
I know, but if Aaron Rodgers were the leader that Tom Brady is, he could say, you know what, I don't want that much money.
Tom Brady also has his own little thing set up in their complex over there. So
okay.
you know,
I got that.
Jay, let me ask you a question, Jay. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, they come to you when you did your contract, and they said, well, James, we could pay you. You want $85 million. We could give you that, James, but we want you to take $65 million so we can build a team. You say okay.
Who?
No, I'm just saying. I know you're not gonna say that.
Okay, all right.
You want all your money.
Okay.
But I'm saying hypothetically.
Okay.
You can't then turn around and say 2 years later, I'm underpaid. You took that less money.
No question.
I'm not saying he's underpaid. I'm saying he chose to help his salary cap and his team so that Belichick can go waste a bunch of money on defense, because mostly he just wastes it. And by the way, Malcolm Butler, why didn't he play in the Super Bowl? I don't know.
To be honest with you, they just felt like his practice preparation, it wasn't up to key when he was in practice.
How did he look in practice to you?
Be honest with you, I didn't pay no attention to the back end. You know, I was just there trying to learn what I was doing. So that's really all the stories that came out. That was all BS. None of that ever happened.
All the off the field stuff.
It was, you know, like I said, I had talked to Matty P, and, you know, after the game, and they just really felt like his play, you know, wasn't up to par, you know, at that time. So.
And they thought Eric Rowe was better than Malcolm
Listen,
Butler.
I'm with you. Like, halftime, I don't
Especially
care.
at halftime,
Like,
you're
let
saying,
me
at
least throw him in there. See what, I mean, you can prove me wrong or right. I don't think it could have gotten no worse. I mean, they was getting us, like,
Nick
here.
Nick Foles was lighting you up.
Yes, he was.
Right?
No question.
What's that all about?
I mean, it's just a couple of situations where, you know, you have a guy, you know, he makes a catch. All we got to do is make the tackle. You miss the tackle, fall off the tackle, and, you know, that converts to a first down, which ends up converting to touchdowns. And, you know, just a couple third downs here and there.
Aaron Rodgers got the mustache, got the beard. Look at Tom Brady, got old baby face.
Baby face.
That's why they gonna
he
pay
looks
him
like
money.
a baby face. And
Aaron Rodgers need money to buy shaving cream and razors.
Since Aaron Rodgers' long ago Super Bowl, you know that Super Bowl because you're in that Super Bowl. Is 8 years ago. 8 years ago, and that's his one and only Super Bowl. And
he only got one?
Yeah, only one.
Wow.
And since then, he's 5-6 in the postseason. 5-6 since that time. Just since that time, Tom Brady's 13-5 and 4 Super Bowls.
You remember what happened in Seattle?
Huh?
All they got to do is got to guess the onside.
They had to win 4 games to get to win that Super Bowl too, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
4 games, so he only won 1 game since then in the playoffs.
No,
he
he's
wasn't.
5-6.
5-6. I'm tripping. My bad.
He beat the immortal Joe Webb.
Stop it.
He beat Kirk Cousins. He beat the Des Robb Cowboys.
You didn't say anything with Tom Brady. He beat David Garrard.
He beat the boat trip Odell.
He beat David Garrard. You ain't say anything.
Odell.
Who?
Tom Brady.
We're not doing ancient history. We're doing just since 2000.
And I just told you, Aaron Rodgers' defense is allowing 34 points a game in those 6 losses. You know, in 4
maybe if he took less money, you could have a better defense.
You know what?
Well, seriously.
Hold on.
Seriously, is he a leader or not, or is he just a diva?
I mean, and some of those defenses had some really good players. They had Charles Woodson. They had Clay Matthews Jr. They had Julius Peppers. Are they any good? 2 of those guys going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you always tell me that Giselle makes a whole lot of money.
She
so
does.
What's the matter? Well, Danica does pretty well.
She don't make no money like she don't make.
Well, I don't
like
know,
Giselle.
but she does pretty well.
Yeah.
Right.
But Giselle been at this thing a long time.
I know.
Yeah, Skip, I'm still with Aaron on the money thing. Grab as much as you can.
Okay,
get
that's fine.
and
but
ride
at what
with it.
price? At what expense?
$80 million. That's the expense.
Your defense. Okay, so
That's
you
not my
can't
job.
now. You can't
Hold
tell
on.
me anymore. You're disqualified.
You told me.
You can't come in here and say he just doesn't have a defense. Well, it's his fault.
No, it's not. It's the team's fault. I'm a player. You coach. You the GM. You select the players and build a team.
Right.
I'm gonna get my bread when it come time for me to eat. I'm gonna eat everything
So
on
what
my
do you
plate.
want him to do? Cheat?
No, I want them to, like James
Seriously.
said, I want them to draft.
Draft right.
Start,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get them right.
Really?
And they got it right with that guy. They drafted him. So they got to pay him, Skip. You got to pay him.
Yeah.
Pay the man his money.
Sat for 3 years. That's a long time.
It is.
Had to completely rebuild his delivery.
Oh, well, look, they had a 3-time MVP in front of him. Skip.
Okay.
You make it seem like they had a bum in front of the guy.
Huh. And, you know, then the other thing about Aaron Rodgers is he durable? Is he going to last that much longer? Because all of a sudden he's got a Tony Romo collarbone. It's made of paper mache.
Tony broke
It
his
is.
3 times.
Well, you can't hit the quarterbacks no more, so he gonna be all right.
Well, you can't hit him if he doesn't leave the pocket, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have to stay home in that pocket.
You can't even put your helmet on. You can't put your face mask on him. Nothing.
You can't do
You'll
nothing.
Be fine.
And now you can't tackle him, in the outfield. You can't lower your head. You can't hit the guy this place, that place. Pretty soon, just touch it. They're going to blow the whistle.
Minnesota hit Aaron Rodgers last year. That's all.
They got him. They caught it just right. I mean, bar pinned him.
Yeah, he
That's
pinned
what,
him.
Yeah, you teacup
They
a guy.
know it. They know it. They know that collarbone's made of glass, so they're going to be coming.
Well, first of all, anybody, when you get a quarterback, because they don't have a whole lot of shoulder strength because they need a fluid throwing motion, they don't build up shoulder strength. And all you got to do, and James know this, that's why if you watch when the guys sack the quarterback, they grab him, they squeeze him, and they try to teacup him over.
So is your man going to be mobile this year? Is he going to be running and gunning?
As ever.
As ever?
As
really?
ever.
When you leave that pocket, Mr. Harrison, what happens? You're a little more fair game.
Yeah.
Right?
You lose a lot of
protections.
Okay.
But even in today's times, they still giving them too much.
They give him a lot, and I agree.
Too much.
But you can get pinned if you leave the pocket, and he got pinned.
Well, he going to pin about 40 touchdowns on somebody this year.
Well,
if you stay healthy.
Well, he be healthy.
Huh.
I ain't worried about that.
So the 41-year-old's discovered pliability in the TB12 method, and he looks real healthy.
That's great for a quarterback. Now, that's just great for any other position. I can't agree with that.
But here's the Skip. There's a lot of luck going into staying injured. I mean, avoiding injury.
No, I know.
Because sometimes you can be around the pile and the guy come flying over and he rolls into your ankle or roll into your knee, and all of a sudden,
whip.
Yeah. So there's a lot of luck goes in that. That's just not pliability.
Okay. But all of a sudden, one guy, he's always pulling something. His calf just pulls like crazy.
And glad you mentioned that, because in 2014, he beat your Cowboys with a walking cane.
He didn't. The league beat my Cowboys.
No, they don't do that, Skip.
With the worst call in the history of calls, because it was just, you want to talk about getting cheated. That wasn't a catch.
Nope.
He caught it and ran with it and scored with it.
In 2015, 16, and 17, what receiver had the most drops combined? And you thought he caught that ball, though.
Well, he definitely caught that ball.
No.
That was back when he was dead.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
So Aaron Rodgers could have been, 4-7 since the Super Bowl?
And what about
Should have been.
What about the onside kick in Seattle? All the guy got to do is just do his job. Block the guy. The ball comes to Jordy.
You don't want to walk into that trap. You want me to start throwing numbers at you from Aaron Rodgers in that game? That was the worst playoff game he's ever played. Yeah. He was terrible in that game.
Tom Brady's been
columnists up in Milwaukee, they skewered him on that one.
He was hurt.
No, he was hurt. Oh, I see.
Huh. So it sounds like it's going to come down to him staying healthy this year.
That's
what it's going to be. James, thank you so much for joining us.
80 million.
No mercy. Odell Beckham Jr. got a whole lot richer yesterday. He reportedly agreed to a 5-year extension for up to $95 million, with $65 million guaranteed. The extension makes him the highest paid wide receiver in the league. Beckham was then seen dancing in the locker room moments after his contract was signed. We're joined by Super Bowl champ James Harrison. Thanks for being here this morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
Does Odell deserve this big contract, all the money?
Definitely. I feel like what they're doing is they're paying the man that's going to be the face of the franchise. They're playing the guy that has produced, in the years that he has been in there when he was healthy, and right now they're paying him on what they expect him to do in the future. So I definitely feel like his contract is definitely worth what they gave him. There's some situations where he may not have acted right and on the sidelines in games, but that's just the competitive nature of him. Some celebrations that might have been a little out of hand, but that's just him being excited about what he's doing.
How about that video that got posted in that Paris hotel room?
I don't know what it was.
I don't know what it was.
Cosmetics. She was a cosmetic Instagram model. That's
Makeup.
my story. Yeah, makeup.
Is that a job? Cosmetics Instagram?
Yeah. All kinds
That's real.
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
He's
Good look, it was.
I agree with you. And people always ask that question. I'm sure you got, is he such and such? I was like, you're worth what someone's willing to pay. Definitely. And you look at his production, his first 3 seasons that he was healthy, 90-plus catches, 1,300-plus yards, at least 10 touchdowns in all 3 years. We had never seen production like that in a very long time. One of the few, the fastest guy to 200 catches in NFL history. So we know he has the production. The question is now, is he going to mature? As you said, James was saying, is he going to now temper the way he behaves on the field? that would happen, and it hadn't happened since, so I have no reason to believe that it will happen again. That would happen with Josh Norman. I believe that was a one-off. That won't happen again. He shouldn't get upset if he doesn't catch the ball. You know, look, we all want to catch the ball. I'm sure when they dropped you in coverage, you're like, man, look here. Yeah. Let me go get the quarterback. I don't need to be trying to run up no seam with no tight end or go in no curl to flat. Definitely. Let me get to the quarterback. But guess what? You probably thought about it, say, you know what? My check's going to look the same whether I get a sack or a deflected pass. So y'all do what y'all need to do. Y'all know what I'm better served at. They know what Odell can do. And it's best if they let him be the first or second option on all the plays. But he can't behave like he has in the past. It's time for him to mature. We can't keep saying, man, you know Odell's just 22. Man, Odell's just 23 years old. It's time for Odell to be the leader that the Giants are paying him, that they believe he can be. It's time for him to step up to the plate. I believe he will, and I definitely believe he's worth that money.
So now we have two great ex-players, defending a current player who has put up some really big numbers. And the typical response I always get from ex-players is he should get paid, because you want to see your younger brothers get paid, because you're all fighting the man, you're fighting the system, and he got his money. And I get you. In a vacuum, he's put up extraordinary numbers, but he's also needed a vacuum cleaner to clean up all the messes that he has made, sometimes on the sideline, sometimes on the field, and sometimes in a Paris hotel room. So, could we just see that video one more time? Because I get a kick out of that. Could we just see the Paris
What
hotel
video?
room? I just want to see it
That's
one more
That's a
time.
pepperoni pizza.
You know, I just want to see what it looks like. There's pizza, there's something. Wait, there's a credit card. There's this thick brown
He had to pay for the
cigarette.
pizza,
I don't
credit
know
card.
what that is. I don't know what that is.
That's a Cuban cigar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cuban cigar.
That's one of them Mohibas, one of them big ones.
Was
Right,
it?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's saying something to her about sleeping with somebody else. I don't know what's going on.
Everybody got to sleep.
That's the face of the franchise. And that only happened 5 months ago, just 5 months ago. And so then what happened? Reportedly, the Giants were so upset, they put Odell Beckham Jr. on the trading block. They shopped him to see if they could get anybody to bite on 2 first rounds. They wanted 2 first rounders back. And ESPN, the magazine, has just reported that one team was interested enough that it assigned a private investigator to track Odell and make sure whether he could live up to a big contract off the field. And I don't know what became of that, but nothing became of any trade offers because nobody offered 2 first-round picks.
Correct.
So it feels to me like the Giants got stuck in that damned if you do or damned if you don't situation where if you don't pay him, you're going to miss him because he is really good.
Right.
He is really explosive. But if you do pay him, that just happened. And now they just gave $65 million guaranteed to that guy who was in that video in that Paris hotel room. And we don't have time to go back through all the other incidents that you mentioned, the Josh Norman, the kicking net, the boat trip in which he prepared for his first and only playoff game in Lambeau Field by taking the receivers for a Monday in South Beach. And he was pictured on a yacht with Trey Songz and others, basking in the South Beach sun to get ready for a game up on the frozen tundra. It's just not a good
I feel
look.
like they
right?
weighed all that out,
All right.
and they came
okay.
to the
and
conclusion.
they said, what do we have here? We have box office, because Odell is the biggest. He is face of the franchise.
No question.
He's rivaling. I don't know. We went back and forth the other day about Aaron Judge. You know, like, is it Aaron Judge or Odell, the biggest star in New York? I don't know. Maybe it's Odell. It's close.
I would have to give it to Odell.
I would too, because he's bigger than Eli. There was a point when Eli was bigger, but no longer. So Odell, he's better pre-game box office than in-game box office, because he puts on a show. I don't know if you've watched it before the game, circus catches and the warm-ups. People are going early just to see Odell. So he is selling tickets, so to speak.
But he's
just
doing
on
those
his
same
pregame.
type of catches in the game.
He's
He's producing.
But
he's
can
doing everything
can
that
he
is
stay
guaranteed in
healthy?
that
No,
contract
the
he
Hall of
got.
Famer Shannon Sharp said early in this show he's a little frail. He's a little fragile.
The
well,
man broke an
okay.
ankle. He's not fragile.
well.
What he did is he
Well, I
came
don't
back
know.
too
He's
early
broken
trying to
some
prove a
other
point, and his ankle wasn't all the way right, and
Okay.
it ended up being an even worse situation.
Can you trust his health going forward? Is he a big, strong Shannon Sharp of a receiver?
No, but he doesn't have. That's not his game. His game is not predicated on that. His game is predicated on speed and quickness and athleticism.
Okay.
He's what, 6 foot tall, 190 pounds. This is a
Maybe
very.
he doesn't even
this
look
is a very-
190 to me
listen,
now.
Anytime a man runs into another man at a very high rate of speed, there's a chance something can happen. But Skip, we've seen guys that have done things way, way worse than Odell Beckham get their money. If that's the least that Odell has done, his behavior on the sideline or getting into it. Now look, that's not a good look for what transpired, but I believe that's a thing of the past. I don't believe that's a one-off.
Guess what just happened?
What?
Odell came to OTAs on his best behavior. He came to training camp right on time on his best behavior. And he got 5 years, $90 million, and now you've paid him, and I think you're going to pay for that. I don't think he can live up to it. Is he going to suddenly flip a switch and turn into the leader of the New York Football Giants?
I think he doesn't have to be the leader, but he can be a leader.
Yeah. Definitely.
Who's going to be the leader?
Hey, we'll see.
We'll see.
Landon Collins.
Eli?
Well, Eli's always going to be there because he has the senior. He's the quarterback.
He got Super Bowl.
Right, and he's been there for the long.
He says what? To whom?
Well, he
about
leads
what?
by example.
He leads by example.
Yeah.
He didn't have much to say about
go
it.
out there and show. I wasn't a vocal leader.
You were when it was time.
Well, when it got to a
when you
situation
spoke,
where I needed to talk,
right?
But I didn't talk that often.
Okay.
So I did a lot of mine just by example, watching.
So I like the other quote in the ESPN The Magazine story from the former coach Ben McAdoo about the catch, the greatest catch in the history of the world when he was a rookie against my Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, a game that, by the way, the Giants lost. If we could see that catch of catches. And Ben McAdoo said that was the worst thing that happened to Odell, was that catch. Because once you do that, all bets are off. You have become the biggest celebrity, sports celebrity in New York City, in the Big Apple. And pretty soon he had a home in Hollywood, and pretty soon he's touring with Drake, and pretty soon he's more of a celebrity than a football player. And again, the numbers are the numbers. The talent is undeniable. But are you going to trust him now that you give him $65 million guaranteed?
Obviously, they do trust him.
Well,
That's why they gave it to him.
I think they were, like I said, they were stuck. Like, well, we can't trade him for what we think he's
don't
worth.
get stuck and give somebody $65 million.
I don't know. I think they're stuck.
Come on.
Well, who you want to travel? I mean, you all upset about Odell traveling with Drake. Who you want to travel with? Barbara Streisand? Who you want to travel with?
I don't travel.
Tom Jones?
I work.
You want to go with Tom Jones?
Somebody you would love to hang out with.
Usual.
Is that all you got?
Well, who you want to travel with?
I don't want to travel. I don't travel. I work. I do this job. That's a bad analogy. It doesn't work. I don't want to travel with
Drake. Nobody you want to hang out with, have a good time with. You don't have
no. I am obsessed with this because I win every debate and I back both of you guys into a corner. They gave that guy $65 million.
When he goes out there and performs and starts to be that leader that everybody thinks he can be in that organization,
do you realize what usually happens? When you give a guy who has this kind of misbehavior in his background, when you suddenly guarantee him the most money anybody at his position has ever been guaranteed, do you think that suddenly flips a switch in the back of his mind? I just grew up. I'm going to become the leader of the football.
It's not going to happen in one day, but I believe he could do it over time.
Let me ask you a question.
What's history tell you?
Let me ask you a question. What you think about Von Miller now?
Yeah.
What was his past like?
Ooh. Come on.
Super Bowl MVP.
Let's go.
He's a top 5 player.
Was he a celebrity?
He be right next to Odell. Do you follow him on Instagram?
He became a mature leader of that team long before he became that guy. He grew up early. He grew up after his first couple of years in Denver.
You know he got suspended.
Mm-hmm. He was going down the wrong road.
Right, and not only did he change, he got up out of the program. He no longer gets tested 10 times a month. Mm-hmm. He became the leader. They gave him almost $100 million. Mm-hmm. Von Miller has the seal.
But they gave him after he had matured. They did. Yeah. They did. John Elway wasn't going to do that when he was the bad Von.
The thing was, Skip, that he was young. He was still on that rookie contract. But I'm sure John had some reservations, but he showed him. I believe. Just watch Odell won't be any problem.
Okay.
He's just gonna bust the Cowboys up like he normally does, and you see what happens.
Okay. 5 months ago was that video in that hotel room.
A lot of things have happened in 5 months. Man ordered a pizza. People can't even order pizza no more.
That's it.
That's why
you get a guy to grow up.
That's why I stopped eating pizza.
Yeah, I know. Get him to grow up. Just give him $65 million guaranteed. That's it.
They see the pizza delivery man, they're going to think something shady going on at O'Shea's house.
So you know what's going to happen long term? The Giants will pay for this contract.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, they will. You know how they're going to pay? With
right?
division titles.
Just remember I said this.
Okay.
I said it.
Division titles.
Division titles?
Division.
This year?
Nah, they're going to. Skip, he got a 5-year deal extension.
Oh.
So within that time frame, they're going to win.
Okay.
Maybe this year against y'all.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
Hey, yeah, you hear
Definitely.
James say
We got it definitely?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How many cases you want to bet on that?
That between you and him. We already got ours.
We got it?
Yep.
Do you want to bet a case just on the first Giants-Dallas game?
I got a case on that first Dallas Carolina Panthers game. That's what I got.
We got.
Oh yeah, we
I
got
didn't say that.
Yes, we got that, Skip.
Scared of that one?
Do you want in on any
I
of
am
these
scared of that one.
Okay.
I am.
bets?
Okay, well that's all I need to hear. I'm good then. You scared?
Yeah.
Get him, Odell. Ow!
Is that a celebration?
That Odell, you said Odell picking the
See
guitar.
that one? He was doing this one right here.
Just got
Yeah,
paid.
you're up. You're
That's that 65 dance.
Monday night.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Monday for another week of Undisputed. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.